Tournament. That road starts right now as they get set to take on Bethune-Cookman, who is making its very first appearance in the big dance. They'll do it here in South Bend. Notre Dame is the #1 seed in the Chicago region. We will have 2 games for you here in South Bend. After Notre Dame Bethune-Cookman, we will get to see Central Michigan and Michigan State go to work here on the hardwood. Welcome inside Purcell Pavilion. Courtney Lyle alongside former WNBA MVP Tamika Catchings. You know, starting strong is important, but how about having a starting 5 as good as Notre Dame's? Have you ever seen a lineup like this?
Honestly, I don't think I've seen a lineup like this on the men's or the women's side, averaging 13.5 points per game. These 5 that start the game, they set the tone for the game, but they are phenomenal to watch.
Yeah, it's so impressive, too, because they share the basketball so well. They have 4 starters that have over 100 assists on the season.
Unbelievable. Look at this class. You know what they're going to come. You know they're going to start the game out strong, and they're going to set the tone for this team.
Only team in the nation with all 5 starters averaging 13.5 points per game. They cruise through the ACC tournament. They will try to cruise through the NCAA tournament, but they will be facing a Bethune-Cookman team who comes in with nothing to lose, their very first appearance in the NCAA championship.
And it was really exciting seeing them, watching them in practice yesterday. They came out, the excitement, the energy, the fans that they brought with them. They said, you know what, we have nothing to lose. We're going to come out, we're going to put it all on the table.
First game of the day here in South Bend. The green already in the stands in Purcell Pavilion as they get set to watch Notre Dame and Bethune-Cookman. Brianna Turner gives it to Notre Dame, and how about a couple of paint points for Jessica Shepard?
And this is the beginning. This is how Notre Dame likes to play. They love to push in the transition game right off the front. Brianna Turner tipped the ball up the court to Arike, and they start the break right off the bat.
Let's take a look at today's Capital One starting lineups. You got to watch Angel Golden, number 24 in black for Bethune-Cookman. She is an impressive player, a senior. And how about in your senior season getting to go to the NCAA tournament? Notre Dame thrives in the paint. They had 72 paint points in the ACC tournament championship game against Louisville, who's also a #1 seed in this tournament.
Well, one of the things that Notre Dame does so well is they push the ball in transition, and that's where they get a lot of their paint points. But then when you slow them down in their half-court set, literally all 5 players can score. So you cannot help off. Who are you going to help off of?
That one's great defense by Chaz Brown. She's a senior for Bethune-Cookman, number 12 in black, and it results in a turnover.
Notre Dame doing a good job of just putting a lot of pressure.
And it results in a steal. Jackie Young is stripped of the ball, but it's going to be a foul called on Amaya Scott for Bethune-Cookman. Oh, excuse me, it was just out, not a foul called. Vanessa Blair-Lewis is in her 11th season, leading Bethune-Cookman to a historic season. And it's been crazy for this Bethune-Cookman team. They have had 5 knee injuries and lost players for the season, yet here they are making history.
Well, Coach talked a little bit yesterday just about, you know, if you come into the season knowing what you're going to have and knowing you have all those injuries, you can build your team. But it's been one player and then a couple games and another player and a couple more games and another player. So she said she felt like she was finally getting comfortable in January. Well, then she had yet another player. And so you're looking at probably 3 out of their 5 starters that ended up having to sit out of the game.
She was so positive, and she told us her favorite part about this team was their resiliency, to be able to go through all of that and still get to this point.
Well, the theme is we are enough. And every single game, no matter who falls and no matter who they come out and play with, that no matter what, they have enough players that can come out and play. They have enough players that can get them to this point right now where they're at. And I think they all have brought into the system that she has.
Right now, Muffet McGraw's team, she has just been incredible. This is their 9th straight season with 30 wins. The 8th straight time that Notre Dame has been a #1 seed in the tournament.
Well, it's plays like that you're so used to seeing. Brianna Turner get the lob, able to put that in, but the way they move the ball, when you talk about a team that has all 5 starters in double digits, averaging 13.5 points per game and up, it's the way they move the ball, it's the way they work together, and you can tell they have fun playing with each other.
They kick out to Angel Golden, and she puts the first points on the board for Bethune-Cookman. She comes in leading the team, averaging almost 20 points per game.
Well, you got to feel good if Angel Golden is making those shots and knocking them down, because the team goes as she goes.
Uh-oh. Ogunbowale left wide open, a rare miss for her. Like both of these teams are trying to get into that flow early in this game. It's a different stage in the NCAA championship.
Well, you love the energy that the fans bring, and I think if you're a Notre Dame player, you love looking around and seeing all the green in the stands. And of course, for Bethune-Cookman, just having the opportunity to be here, they have fans here too.
First three-pointer for Notre Dame, and it comes from Jackie Young.
If you have never seen Notre Dame play, the one thing that you should look out for is the way that they move the ball, the way that they share. In the half court and transition, it's fun to watch and be a part of that.
Yeah, Notre Dame has 4 assists on 4 made field goals right now, to your point. Brianna Turner was just called for her first foul.
You got to get used to seeing that from Brianna Turner. 3rd time, so 3-time Defensive Player of the Year for the ACC.
Marina Mabry, almost the same spot Jackie Young just hit from. Cookman working in transition. That was Amaya Scott. Shepard put it to the ground and drew the foul on Shaz Brown.
Love this right here, taking the ball right at her. Transition game. Bethune-Cookman is doing a great job of getting up the court.
Jackie Young from the baseline. Oh, robbed, rolled out. Notre Dame starting 4 of 8. And there's an answer from Camry Harris. They call her the freshman.
The freshman. That is how she is dubbed all day long in practice. Notre Dame is getting some really good looks, but you got to give credit to Bethune-Cookman and how well they are doing on the defensive end.
Quick shot came from Angel Golden. Brianna Turner, beautiful.
And they set that play up. They did such a good job of just baiting Bethune-Cookman, losing track of Brianna Turner going low, and that's what they do. I mean, they cut, they move, and that half-court offense, which they are known for their transition offense more than anything, but they know how to play off. They know how to set their offensive game in the half-court, too.
Well, when you have options like Turner and Jessica Shepard underneath the basket, why wouldn't you give them the basketball? Notre Dame leads early on 11-7 over Bethune-Cookman.
I do feel like everyone is out to beat us, and that's just being the defending national champions.
I mean, once the season started, we really just tried to take what happened last year out of our system, and it was really a new team.
I mean, being such an experienced team, hopefully we'll be able to keep our poise, composure, and just make the right plays down the stretch when it's time to.
I think the key for us is just playing to our potential.
So we're back in the driver's seat, and now hopefully we can control our own destiny.
Last year, Muffet McGraw's team had 4 knee injuries, and yet they still were able to find a way to go out and win a national championship. I think that says a lot about Coach McGraw and these players.
Well, I think it says a lot about their coaching staff in general, but when you buy into a system and you buy into what the coaches put out there, and I mean, they've had the success and they've had the players that have come through, so I think that's what it's been built off of.
Well, Notre Dame has come out, and we talked about sharing the basketball. They already have 5 assists on 5 made baskets, and 4 different players have an assist.
Move the ball, watch them on offense, just how patient they are. They find the right look. Arike Ogunbowale wide open for the 3.
You know, she missed from that spot just a minute ago. You know she's got to get back there and hit it. She's a shooter.
Well, and if you listen to her interviews, she talks about that over and over. If I miss my first 10 shots, I'm still shooting, and I'm going to make the next one. And to have the confidence, to have the shooter mindset like that, and not a lot of players have that. If you miss the first couple, you feel like, okay, I got to just pass the ball. But she is always in scoring position.
I think after last year's national championship game in the Final Four, everybody knows she's got the confidence to take the shot. Or drive it.
She's just so smooth, the way that she's able to attack the basket. She sees the floor so well.
She was just announced one of 4 finalists for the Naismith Trophy.
And this is what we talk about when you look at Arike and what she's able to bring to this team. But see how smooth she is. Even though she sees the defender, she does a great job getting her to the side and being able to get up for that layup.
Notre Dame has brought in Abby Prohaska. It's good to see her out there. Yesterday during practice, she was on the bike because on Thursday, she twisted her ankle in practice. Cookman goes underneath to Brown, just a little short. She was a little far under the basket. Turner, transition bucket.
Wow. Did you see the way she just rises above whoever she's had 3 lobs thus far in this game alone, and I mean, the way she's able to jump, but Jessica Shepard puts the ball up high enough where only she can get it. It's either gonna be a turnover or she's gonna grab it in the air.
Big bucket there from Angel Golden at the top of the key, the MEAC Tournament Most Outstanding Player. She was the MEAC Player of the Year a season ago.
And I love watching her play. There's one thing when you look at teams and you look at players, and they look scared. When you go up against Notre Dame, like, you would look at them as a giant. You would look at them as a team that seems like they'd be unbeatable. But Bethune-Cookman, their players don't look scared. They look like, hey, like, bring it, let's go.
Coach Blair Lewis talked a lot about that David and Goliath storyline where Bethune-Cookman coming in their very first NCAA appearance and they have to face the defending national champion. I mean, this team has been through so much all season. Just add it on the list, you know?
And she said every game they're going against the Giants because of the injury that they've had.
Amaya Scott just called for her first foul, and that's going to send Jessica Shepard to the line. She's a 71% free throw shooter for Notre Dame. Well, Notre Dame also has one of the country's best teams on the ice. Check out its assignment tomorrow at 7 Eastern in the NCAA Men's Ice Hockey Selection Special. You can catch it on ESPNU and the ESPN app. And, of course, visit NCAA.com, the home for all 90 NCAA championships. It's actually a really big day here in South Bend because, obviously, the women's basketball team is playing. The hockey team is playing across the parking lot. We have a doubleheader in softball and a doubleheader in baseball. So we are not leaving campus all day because there's something to do.
All day. And whatever sport you like, we got it for you.
The transition points flowing right now for Notre Dame.
And what a great look right there. 2 Notre Dame Fighting Irish running up the court. Jessica Shepard for the finish.
But Amaya Scott doesn't care. She's just gonna take it right at him. Shepard dumps it down low to Michaela Vaughn.
The way they move the ball, Notre Dame does such a great job in the transition game. You look at that pass, I think for all of the players, not just right there in that one, but all of the players, when you get a rebound or you get a steal, if you notice, their players are streaking down the side, whether it's on the sidelines or straight down the middle. The post players, just everybody releasing.
Armani Walker trying to get something going here for Bethune-Cookman. Scott, it's taken away. Jackie Young has it stripped by Armani Walker.
Great defensive play right there, able to get the strip without fouling.
And Amaya Scott traveled.
Not the play you want right there for Bethune-Cookman. They did such a great job in the defensive end. Got to the offensive side and slowed it down, but not able to make it into buckets.
6 turnovers now for Bethune-Cookman. Young saves it to Prohaska. Ogunbowale. In and out. 2 offensive rebounds for Notre Dame.
Such a great job on the boards right there. One thing that you look at what Bethune-Cookman has to do in order to stay in this game and eventually win the game, they've got to rebound, they've got to take care of the balls, 2 areas that they're struggling in right now.
.5 seconds to go in the quarter. Notre Dame is going to inbound in front of their own bench. And that was the first foul called on Armani Walker. Marina Mabry back in. Abby Prohaska will take a seat. Putting the shooter in. Shepard up and in. You can count that bucket.
What a phenomenal play by Shepard right there. Able to make that spin move and get to the basket. Winding down.
18 points in the paint for Notre Dame in the first quarter. How about Jessica Shepard? No panic here. 10 points for her as she's able to finish at the end of the first quarter. 10 minutes into this one, Notre Dame leading 29-12 over the 16 seed Bethune-Cookman. And Tamika, this is your first time seeing Notre Dame in person. There's a reason we got a packed house in here right now.
It is so much fun to watch in person. I mean, we've only had 10 minutes. This has only been the first quarter. We get ready for the second quarter. But I think the thing you watch and you think about is when you're watching it on TV, you're from afar, you kind of feel the vibe, you kind of see what's going on. But when you're here in person, you can sense it, you can feel it, my heart beating fast. I feel like I'm in the game right now.
Notre Dame thrived in the paint in the first 10 minutes. They had 18 points in the paint. You can make it 20 now.
Notre Dame has just been so patient making their moves, but also they have 13 points off of turnovers, and most of those points have been in the paint when they got no turnover, getting transition layup.
Bethune-Cookman's going to have another chance here. Angel Golden puts up the three. She's their leading scorer. She's got 6 points. Put back from Brianna Turner.
And Bethune-Cookman, they've got to do a better job on putting bodies on these players. Brianna Turner, that's just way too easy.
It's amazing the difference a year makes. Last year, Brianna Turner was still rehabbing from that knee injury. And here she is, a key contributor to Notre Dame as they try to make a run for a back-to-back national title.
And how exciting, though. I mean, when you get injured, you already know that you're kind of thinking, how am I going to be when I come back?
I want to welcome you if you're just joining us. #1 Notre Dame, the defending national champions, taking on Bethune-Cookman here in the second quarter. Courtney Lyle alongside Tamika Catchings, and this post presence for Notre Dame has just been incredible. 24 points in the paint. Last year they relied a lot on Jessica Shepard down there, and now they've got Brianna Turner to go along with it. And you kind of wonder, we were talking about the injuries, when you come back from an injury, are you going to be that player that you were?
And I think that's always the fear that you have. Can you become that player and then even get better? And I think you look at a Brianna Turner, and you've seen plenty of other athletes that have come back from ACL injuries and other injuries, but 3-time Defensive Player of the Year for the ACC. I mean, yeah, she's amazing.
Not a bad accomplishment. Ruth Riley was the only other 3-time Defensive Player of the Year for Notre Dame, and she's going into the Hall of Fame in June. Kind of a big deal.
Kind of a big deal, yeah. HOF, yes, Hall of Famer. That's awesome.
Turner.
And Notre Dame doing such a good job. They are literally picking apart the Bethune-Cookman zone. And when you play zone, you play your areas, but they're doing such a good job of moving from side to side. Most teams will get stuck on one side of the floor, but they're going side to side.
Jackie Young's pass taken away by Bethune-Cookman. It's Camry Harris, the freshman. She's had to step into the point guard role for Bethune-Cookman because they had 5 players go down with knee injuries. And we were talking to Coach Blair Lewis about that. It's not easy to come in as a freshman and be asked to play point guard. And she's more of a scoring point guard. She kind of described her to us, and she's had to learn how to, make sure she looks for other teammates.
Well, I think as a freshman period, it's not easy to come into and play in a position, especially when you're out of position. But she's done a great job. You look at the success that this team has had and where they are right now. They wouldn't have had this opportunity without Camry Harris accepting her role and playing and doing a great job.
Named to the MEAC All-Rookie team. Tania White just checked in for Bethune-Cookman, number 22 in black. First appearance ever for Bethune-Cookman as they were the MEAC tournament champs. Another block from Brianna Turner. She's got a trio.
And Brianna Turner, she just waits for you to come and shoot. But Bethune-Cookman does a great job on the defensive end. Just not able to convert.
Prohaska saves it to Turner. Nice job by Chaz Brown underneath the basket.
And this is what you see when you see the Defensive Player of the Year. Great job of not bodying anybody. She goes straight up in the air and she's knocking the ball in the air.
Muffet McGraw told us she loves to watch her block shots. She's gotten pretty good at it too. Kendall Fincher was just called for her first foul, and that's going to send Brianna Turner to the line, a 67% free throw shooter. Well, the NCAA Women's Championship presented by Capital One continues at 1 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2. We've got more first-round matchups for you. Be sure to check your local listings for the game in your area. And, of course, remember, you can see all games streaming live on the ESPN app. We're going to have our second game is Central Michigan and Michigan State. They're in the house watching this one. That's going to be a fun one. You talk about points. We're going to have a lot of points scored in that second game. Both of those teams like to shoot it. State watching on. They're coming up next against Central Michigan, a team who made a run last year to the Sweet 16 in the tournament.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun to watch both of these teams go, and you just said it, just the offensive threat, the offensive energy that they have, both prolific scoring teams. Brianna Turner waiting in the paint, trying to get Jessica Shepard to find her. 3 seconds in the paint.
They're a duo that's really learned to work together. We asked Muffet McGraw about that with Brianna Turner coming back from injury and being added to the lineup this year. It took a little bit for them to know what the other one was going to do, but Coach McGraw told us now the difference is they know what the next step is for that player. They can see ahead in the play.
Well, I think, too, Jessica Shepard became such an important part of the offense last year, right? So she was the focal point down low. Well, now you add in a Brianna Turner who can go down and up. But I think it really helped Jessica Shepard spread her game more and be able to step out and do a lot of other, do the damage from the free throw line extended.
Ogunbowale is into double figures. 3 players now for Notre Dame with double-digit points.
And this is the game plan for Fighting Irish. I mean, they come out and it doesn't matter which 3 get there first. Eventually, all 5 of them will have scored, and probably in double digits.
Notre Dame with a big lead on Bethune-Cookman. They're up 41-12.
Coming up on the Northwestern Mutual Halftime Report, Maria Taylor, Rebecca Lobo, and Andy Landers will get you caught up on everything happening around the nation. But so far, what are we seeing between Notre Dame and Bethune-Cookman?
Seeing Notre Dame do what Notre Dame does really well offensively, shooting 61% from the floor, already 3 starters in double figures.
Everybody doing what they do, and Jess Shepard almost a double-double already, 10 points, 7 boards.
Love it, and we got a close game going on between Kentucky and Princeton. We'll get you all caught up at the half, but for now, back to Courtney and Tamika.
Maria, thank you. Notre Dame is on a 19-0 run right now.
Well, Notre Dame doing whatever they want to do. Coach Landers hit on it. Literally whatever they want to do. Offensively, they're getting out in the transition game. Then when the half-court offense, they're picking apart Bethune-Cookman zone. They're doing all the little things to make a difference.
They go down low to Shepard. And Jackie Young was there to help out. Got called for the foul, or excuse me, the foul was called. Got the foul call, and she'll go to the line. Tania White gets her first foul.
And Jackie Young has kind of been silent today. You've watched her play, though. She's had a couple transition buckets, and Bethune-Cookman has had players that have been able to knock the ball out of her hand. But she plays hard. She's probably, I mean, you've heard Coach say it over and over again, she's probably the most versatile and athletic player that they have on their team.
Yeah, we asked Muffet McGraw, what's your favorite part about Jackie Young? And she said, oh, that's a tough question. And she listed like 5 different things. Rebounding, she's a great passer. There's so many things
she's
Jackie
humble.
Young does.
She's
yes.
very coachable. And this is a young lady, she's a junior, but she's a senior in playing wise, so she could actually come out early if she wanted to. Look at the way that she just commands the offense. She puts everybody in their spot. And I'll be honest, I've watched Jackie. She got Player of the Year for Indiana 4 years ago. I didn't know she was a point guard. But you told me yesterday she's a point guard, the 2 guard, the 3 guard. She can play down low, so a very versatile player.
Second foul put by number 22, Tania White of the Wildcats.
Tania White just called for her second foul, and it'll be Arike Ogunbowale at the free throw line. You know, we call Ogunbowale's name a lot, but you can't just key in on Arike because there's so many more threats on the floor for Notre Dame at any time.
Well, Coach McGraw and her staff have done a great job of developing all the players around her, too. So we've heard Arike's name being called from the shot that she hit last year in the championship. But it's the other players that have stepped up. Brianna Turner, the player that sat out last year, and you look at what she's been able to accomplish. She got Defensive Player of the Year before she went out, and then able to get it again. So it's just like all the other players that have added.
No fear from Jackie Young. Nine points for Jackie Young.
Players have got to be ready to step up. But this is the player that they want to score the ball right there.
First points in the second quarter for Bethune-Cookman. And they come from the MEAC tournament most outstanding player, Angel Golden. That's a player who at one point in her career after her sophomore season, you see her get the rebound there, she actually quit the team.
Yeah, she quit the team. And coach said I had to let her quit. She walked out, and then her mom called and said, wait, look, she didn't mean that.
Yeah.
she didn't mean that. She wants to come back and play.
But to her credit, she recommitted herself to getting in the gym and getting better. And then she comes back, and her junior season is the MEAC Player of the Year.
Yeah, and a testament to a player wanting to give up, coming back, and recommitting, rededicating herself to what is important for her. She wants to be on the court. She wants to play, and we've seen her do some great things.
Shepard now with 12. Jessica Shepard's got a double-double already, her 15th double-double this season.
And it's come so easy. You look at the board that she has, that board right there. Nobody around her to box her out.
Camry Harris. Bethune-Cookman's tried to throw up a lot of threes. That's their 15th three-point attempt. They've only hit 2 of them.
Right. I do believe that some of it has been with Brianna Turner down low. They haven't wanted to take the ball down low, so they've settled for shooting threes. But they've got to get into a rhythm of finding players and finding ways to get opportunities for shots.
Yeah, they tried taking it inside. Brianna Turner has 4 blocks.
Yeah, that didn't work very well.
I'm not driving in on her.
Yeah, I'd be scared for you.
Thank you for me.
No!
Don't do it. Beautiful. Angel Golden.
I love how she came off that screen. You knew she was coming ready to shoot.
Ogunbowale for 2. The answer. 14 now for Arike.
But I love that matchup right there. And if there's anything that Golden can learn from Arike, it's just how she's able to score. But then I would have to say this. Golden actually knows how to score.
Oh, yeah. Bethune-Cookman holding for the last shot of the half. To the corner to Golden. Short. And a travel called on Michaela Vaughn. So Bethune-Cookman's going to have 4.8 seconds. This was that turnover moments ago. Coach McGraw not happy. But, you know, great coaches push their team always, no matter the score.
Well, it's a careless turnover.
Quick bucket there for Amaya Scott. Ogunbowale. Ooh.
Almost.
Notre Dame comes out, 30 paint points. They put up 51 points in the first half to lead 51-19 over Bethune-Cookman.
All right, Courtney, time for the Northwestern Mutual halftime report. Welcome inside the studio. It's Maria Taylor alongside Rebecca Lobo. Andy Landers will be here with you all day as we bring you Day 2 of round 1 of the NCAA Women's Basketball Tournament. We finally get to see the 1 seed Notre Dame, the defending national champion. Do they live up to the expectation?
What do you think, Coach?
Oh, absolutely they've lived up to the expectation. Turner and Shepard just too much for Bethune-Cookman to handle inside. They already have 23 points. All the starters for Notre Dame are just on point. And when Notre Dame is on point offensively, I'm just not sure who in the country can handle them.
There's so many things you have to worry about, and the number one thing is just getting back in transition defense because Notre Dame is so deadly when they get the ball out, and we saw it a bunch of times in the first half already. Jess Shepard, rebound, a couple dribbles, outlet the ball, and then once they get it into the front court, everybody can put pressure on you. They look really, really good.
Yeah. 14 assists on 20 made baskets, shooting it almost 60% from the field. That's the Notre Dame offense that we have come to know and, of course, love because we love offense. Let's take a look at what's going on around the nation. 4 full games in action already in our afternoon slate. And we start with Radford taking on Maryland. Kyla Charles hitting that jumper. And then it's Blair Watson lining up a 3.
Yeah, Maryland got out to an early lead in this game. Their defense was on point. They were hitting shots, but then they had some turnovers that let Radford back into it. Right now, only a 7-point game.
Yeah, Stephanie Jones has 10 points for the Turf. And ultimately, those 6 turnovers right now, Rebecca, are what's probably plaguing the Big Ten Coach of the Year, Brenda Fries. So as they wind down in the second half, or the first half, you'll believe she'll be talking about that at halftime. Let's take a look at Quinnipiac. They're taking on South Dakota State, the Jackrabbits, out of the Summit League. They won their conference tournament, and right now they're trying to win the day. Macy Miller knocking down that jumper.
Yeah, this has been a really fun game to watch. A lot of offense both ways. Both teams like to put up the 3-point shot. Right now, South Dakota State hitting at a better clip, so they've got the lead, but still keep your eye on this one. South Dakota State up 10, but Quinnipiac can also score in a hurry.
Yeah, South Dakota State. It's the 9th time that they've won the Summit League, so they have some experience. 4th NCAA tournament appearance in the last 5 seasons, and right now they've got the 10-point lead over Quinnipiac, those Bobcats. Let's keep it rolling. Kentucky taking on Princeton for the first time since '06. Kentucky not a host team, so they got to travel out to NC State. They're in Raleigh, and Taylor Murray, she brought her J. The three is good.
Kentucky's perimeter has been good today. What they haven't been able to do is disrupt the Princeton offense. There you see the ball movement of Princeton. When Princeton can move the ball around, go inside out as they go here, they're going to open things up on the floor. They're very good shooters. Kentucky's defense going to have to dig in, play a little tighter.
All right, Princeton with the ball. Tie ball game. Carly Littlefield. Ooh, I love the give and go. Knocks that layup in. She's got 6, 3 for 3 from the field. And Princeton right now up 4 on top of the Wildcats. Remember, Ryan Howard, she is the ESPNW National Freshman of the Year, was also the SEC Freshman of the Year. And her senior, Macy Morris, is dipping in 6 points for the Wildcats. And obviously that's the closest game that we have going right now. So what have you seen in this back and forth affair?
Well, you're seeing Princeton space extremely well on the offensive end. Kentucky is a pressure defensive team. They'd like to get you in trapping situations, turn you over, get the ball out and run. They can't do that with Princeton. Princeton spaces too well, moves the ball too quickly for Kentucky to even consider getting 2 people around the basketball. Then what has Kentucky done a couple times? Took their eye off the ball. Take the eye off the ball on Princeton, back cut, layup.
It's fun when you see Princeton run the Princeton offense
Isn't it
as
great?
beautifully as that last play was executed. Princeton had some turnovers early, and Kentucky had a lead there, but they've done a better job taking care of the ball. When you're going against a pressure defense team, as you know, the toughest thing for them to defend is that spread.
Yeah, well, right now they're shooting over 51%. So Princeton, Kentucky, they're still rolling. We'll keep you up to date on every game that's being played right now. But it's halftime of Notre Dame, the 1 seed, the defending national champion. And, of course, the girl with the Mamba mentality, knocking down threes like she always does. They're up big over Bethune-Cookman.
This halftime report is brought to you by Northwestern Mutual. Spend your life living. This halftime report is brought to you by Northwestern Mutual. Spend your life living.
We have an incredible round of second-round matchups heading your way on Sunday. We start at noon Eastern with Louisville and Michigan. And look there in your nightcap. The 1-seed Mississippi State taking on Clemson. And remember, the Bulldogs have made it to the Final Four in each of the last 2 seasons. In fact, under Vic Schaefer, look at the percentage increase that he's been able to have in the wins column. And not only that, in the postseason. He works into his 7th season as a Mississippi State head coach. And he remembers how the last 2 national championship games have gone.
We've not dodged talking about winning championships at Mississippi State. We've talked all year about unfinished business. It's one thing to talk the talk, you've got to walk the walk.
Are they out of gas? There is no rhythm for Mississippi State.
How you feel, remember it. Wrap your arms around it, use it as fuel. These games come down to one more.
Ogunbowale for the win. Good!
Those 3 seconds, that haunts me.
And there's no surprise why it would certainly haunt Vic Schaefer, but he took over in 2012 and he took this program from completely out of the NCAA tournament to an integral piece in the conversation around who's going to win a national championship for the last 3 years now, Coach. How has he been able to do it?
Well, he's done it, first of all, through some really good recruiting, but when he began recruiting, Mississippi State was still not the attractive program. So he selected players who had potential, who he could develop. He did that, he and his staff. And Mississippi State became competitive. After they became competitive, recruiting got a little bit easier. Better players were attracted to Mississippi State, and they continued to coach and develop them.
What's remarkable to me, and you talk about recruiting and getting better players, but he still doesn't have a McDonald's All-American on this year's roster. He didn't have a McDonald's All-American on last year's roster. So he gets really good players there, even if they're not one of the top 20 in the country. Right. And then he develops them. And what you see there is, they lose 4 starters from a season ago, and it's the next player's turn now. He develops them their first 2 years, then they're ready to be a contributing part of this team, and it really is remarkable what he's done.
Yeah, and that's why he was named the Naismith National Coach of the Year a season ago, and still in the conversation to certainly be that this year. Mississippi State and the Bulldogs, the 1 seed, can't wait to see him tip it off on Sunday against Clemson. You are watching the Northwestern Mutual Halftime Report.
Welcome back to the NCAA Women's Championship presented by Capital One. Notre Dame, the defending national champion, halfway through their first game of this year's tournament. We're going to call him Paint Point Jesus now because they've been rocking it in the paint against Bethune-Cookman. They lead 51-19. Winner of this game is going to move on to the second round and get either Central Michigan or Michigan State. That game approximately 1 Eastern on ESPN2 and, of course, on the ESPN app. Welcome back inside. Courtney Loud, Tamika Catchings. Do you like paint points?
I love paint points.
Because we had 30 paint points for Notre Dame in the first half, thanks to Jessica Shepard and, of course, Brianna Turner.
Yes, and Jessica Shepard and Brianna Turner, can't say enough about what they've done, but I think it's been Jessica Shepard on the offensive end. She has come out, she has been ready to play from the beginning, started in the transition game right off the bat, but it's not just what she's doing offensively, it's also the rebounds that she's getting, offensive rebounds. She has 10 rebounds thus far, 4 offensively. Brianna Turner, Defensive Player of the Year for the ACC, third time, and every single time Bethune-Cookman comes in, she has been that thing that has waited for them, blocking shots out of the air, 4 block shots thus far.
Incredible what these two have been able to do. Jessica Shepard already has her 15th double-double of the season. Brianna Turner, 11 points, hasn't missed a shot, 4 blocks, and 4 rebounds. Bethune-Cookman struggled to score. They only scored 7 points in the second quarter, and it took them a long time to get on the board in the second quarter.
Well, I think, too, the struggle has really been in trying to find the right shot to take. They are 3 for 17 from the three-point line. And why are they shooting so many threes? Because you have Brianna Turner down low, you have Jessica Shepard down low. They have such a strong post presence, and it makes you think about where you want to take your shot.
Marina Mabry was just called for her first foul. Camry Harris, the freshman point guard, is going to pull things out for Bethune-Cookman. This is a team making its very first appearance in the NCAA championship after winning their their second MEAC tournament title, the first since 1984.
Well, the cool thing, too, that Coach Blair Lewis talked about yesterday was a simple fact of now they've been there before, right? So when she started recruiting players to come to Bethune-Cookman, it was really about, hey, we want you to come and be a part of our program to eventually one day get to an opportunity to play in the NCAA tournament. Now they're here, so it's a better recruiting tool for them.
When she told that story, I got goosebumps
I did too.
Of her talking about that. And, you know, basketball runs in the family with Vanessa Blair Lewis. Her husband, Eric Lewis, is actually an NBA referee. He is reffing Warriors Mavericks tonight in the NBA at 8:30. So it's a basketball family.
And the history is that every single time that she's hit one of her big milestones, he's been he's been reffing one of the Golden State Warriors games. So they were hoping that this would be another milestone for him.
We did ask, you know, what's it like to have an official in your house? She said he's always wrong.
One of them's going to be sleeping on the couch.
Yeah.
Referees are never right, right?
It was just really great to be able to talk to her because you can see where the culture of this program comes from, and it comes straight from her.
Well, yeah, and I think even talking to her husband, Eric, I mean, he talked about just the fact that this is where he went to school. And so he's an alum, she's an alum. They've definitely have kept it in the family, and you know that family tradition. You talk to some of their players, and they said the family is what it's always been about.
She actually played at Mount St. Mary's and had her jersey retired this year. She coached there for a little bit too before Bethune-Cookman.
Camry Harris trying to find someone to give the ball to or make a play for herself.
Angel Golden was the bright spot in the first half, and she adds to it now. That's 15 points for Golden.
No fear right there. Able to step up and knock that down. Jackie Young's hand was in her face.
She is first in career three-point percentage for Bethune-Cookman and second most made three-pointers in Bethune-Cookman history. Her fourth three ball.
Yeah, Golden does such a good job of setting her play up. I think she saw the clock. I'm going to say that she saw the clock winding down and was able to put. But those are the shots she takes, whether it's in the flow of the offense earlier or late in the clock shot, or the shot clock.
Brianna Turner now with 13. She hasn't missed a field goal. 6 of 6.
Well, they're putting the ball right where she is able to succeed, and there's nobody on this floor right now that can guard Brianna Turner down low.
Turnover number 10 for Bethune-Cookman. Transition bucket for Ogunbowale.
Ogunbowale streaking down the line, down the court, straight line to the basket. That is unstoppable.
There's a reason Notre Dame is shooting 58% from the field. It's all high percentage shots under the basket.
Well, points in the paint right now. They are winning 34-6.
Golden again, rebound by Jessica Shepard, padding that double-double. Again.
What a great job right there. And Jessica Shepard is so good at controlling her body. That is hard to do as a post player when you're running full-fledged down the court, able to get the ball, and it's a lob. It wasn't like it was a direct pass. It's a lob, controlling your body to go straight up.
57% of Notre Dame's points coming in the paint this season. There's a little bank shot.
Camry Harris.
Okay. Yeah, she's had to start the last 12 games. Well, excuse me, this would be her 14th start. She's averaging 9.5 points per game during those starts. She's had to step in and run the point. Well, second round coverage of the Division I Men's Basketball Championship continues today on CBS, TBS, TNT, and of course True TV. For more information on game times and listings, go to ncaa.com. Jessica Shepard called for her first foul.
This is interesting stat, but Notre Dame has only committed 4 fouls for the game.
Just one in the first half.
Brianna Turner. I just see Notre Dame jerseys just coming out of everywhere.
You know, in the ACC tournament, I had the chance to go sideline report there this year, and it was really fun to see Notre Dame in person this season. And Coach McGraw was talking to her team about defense. You know, this team puts up a lot of points. They average 89 points per game to lead the nation. She really wanted them to work on their defense, to come out, and if there's a big-time player on the other team, to stop them. And I think we've seen the defense just keep taking steps.
Well, I think that's a great point to have. I mean, you think about 5 starters that average 13.5 points per game, at least 13.5 points per game. So you think about that, and everybody's like, oh, they should win games just because they shoot the ball so well. But defense is what wins championships. Defense and rebound, and they have definitely shown in the first half how good of a defensive team they can be.
Yeah, they're making Bethune-Cookman take threes, and I know Golden just hit that one, but they've taken 21 3 attempts and only hit 6. Kendall Fincher off the mark.
They've even stopped penetrating to get in. Brianna Turner's present, Jessica Shepard down low. They don't want anything to do with it. They're willing to stay on the outside, but the most important thing when you look at any game, not just here with Bethune-Cookman, if you're not hitting your shots on the outside, you've got to figure out ways to get opportunity, drive to the basket, get and one, get to the free throw line. That's how you generate more points.
Yeah, they've got Chaz Brown, who averages 10.5 points per game. She was down there in the paint. She hasn't scored. Jessica Shepard has scored.
Every single player that's out there right now has led a fast break opportunity. You have Jessica Shepard, who is really your 4 or your 5, whichever one you want her to be. She just leads she just plays the point guard. Brianna Turner, the play before, she did the point guard. Jackie Young, Mabry, Arike, all of them.
5 seconds on the shot clock. Golden is fouled by Shepard on the three-point attempt. So she's going to shoot a trio when we come back. Notre Dame leads 63-29.
Usually is when we're at home playing one-on-one. I always tell him he's not allowed to shoot layups. He has to shoot three-pointers because he's much bigger than me, and all he tries to do is dunk. So that's like the most fun part. I love working out with him at home.
Talk about having a permanent practice player. Chaz Brown has a twin brother named Chad who plays for UCF. So he's playing in the NCAA tournament too. They got a win last night over VCU, and they're going to play Duke tomorrow. But how cool is it for her and her twin to be playing in the NCAA tournament at the same time?
To be able to have that experience, I mean, I think that's really cool. You can tell just from the picture how they feel about each other. And I mean, I can only imagine having a twin. I feel like I have a twin in my family too.
Yeah, this is them on signing day, decked out in their UCF and BCU gear. Yeah, you got to play with your sister in high school, right?
In high school. We wanted to go to the same college, but didn't work out.
And there she is, grabbing the rebound. Brown is one of the seniors on this team for Bethune-Cookman, who helped get them here to the dance for the very first time in program history.
Well, it's really cool. You are a part of history. You're a part of a legacy that has been created when Coach Blair Lewis took over. She just had the dream of getting to the NCAA tournament, and she recruited the players and created the culture that this team has, which is the family feel. Now to have a legacy and to have history and be a part of the first team ever.
Foul called on Ogunbowale. That is her second.
Well, I love the fact right there, Kendall Fincher trying to get to the basket, and that is how you create other opportunities, getting to the basket, forcing Notre Dame to play defense.
Gets the first one to go. She's an Indiana native from Fort Wayne, Indiana. It's not too far from here.
Not too far. Only the third free throw that Bethune-Cookman has taken.
It's taken them. They're still trying to figure out how do you attack this Notre Dame team. It's not easy. Oh yeah.
Well, that's how you do it. Whoop. On the Notre Dame side, they have been doing this all day long. 44 points in the paint right now by Notre Dame.
First foul called on Angel Golden of Bethune-Cookman.
But you've got to. Golden has played the whole, like she's been out here the whole time. She's been on Arike the whole game, and you only have one foul called.
And on the other end, she's been able to put up 21 points. Bethune-Cookman has only had 4 players to score in this game. Amaya Scott is going to take a seat here for the Wildcats, and Tania White comes back in. Jackie White in for Marina Mabry. We were just talking in the break. Mabry hasn't scored yet in this game.
And she really hasn't had to. I mean, she's only taken 3 shots, and granted, she's a three-point shooter. Notre Dame hasn't really had to shoot a lot of three-points. They've been scoring down low in the paint.
Yeah. Mabry, of course, the all-time leading three-point shooter in Notre Dame history. Got that at the ACC tournament this year. Oh, Michaela Vaughn. She's given Notre Dame some nice minutes.
Yes, she has. Michaela Vaughn has come out of nowhere. Brianna Turner is somebody they knew they had to look out for. But now you got Vaughn down low, too.
Ogunbowale going to head over to the free throw line. She already has 21 points. Second foul on Angel Golden. She kissed the basketball?
I think she did.
You know what?
Germs.
You've got to do what you got to do. Oh, you got to fake it. Just blow on it.
A little blow,
Yep.
extra blow, just gives you.
That's okay.
Just enough push to get it over that hoop.
What was your free throw routine?
Dribble, stop, look at the basket, shoot, follow through, swish.
make it.
Every time. 100%. No, not really. But honestly, you talked about what was my free throw routine.
Yeah.
I think about just the first time I had the opportunity to play in a tournament, freshman year, when we went undefeated, and even kind of going through that journey. But the feeling of you want to go into the game, and Coach Summit was so great just about, we're going to treat this game just like any other game, but we definitely shortened the amount of people that were allowed around us. And so it was really tight. Our circle was tight. But I just remember coming into games and just that feeling of, this is like win or go home. Like you don't have an opportunity to make a mistake, and everything in a sense was magnified. But the reward was, we won the championship, so the reward was great.
It's very cool. That's a feeling that Notre Dame had last season when they were able to take home their second national championship.
Brianna Turner right there has done phenomenal on the defensive end, but offensively she has continued to contribute, putting herself in the right situation at every time.
19 points for Turner, 8 rebounds.
You like the fact that Bethune-Cookman is looking, other players are looking to score. However, Golden had done such a great job of scoring, try to get the ball into her hands.
Vaughn. Out of bounds off of Notre Dame. It'll be Bethune-Cookman ball, 15.9 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Call an arm bar on Abby Prohaska. Her first. Now it's 2.9 seconds, with Golden at the line. They're in the bonus.
Well, the defensive emphasis that Notre Dame has had, every player you've seen has put that extra emphasis in it. And sometimes you get those calls like that, but you're okay with that if you're a coach.
22 for Golden. Ogunbowale at the buzzer. Well, for Bethune-Cookman, they've had to rely on Angel Golden. She's hit 5 three-pointers to lead BCU with 22 points, but the inside game too much right now. Notre Dame's rocking with Shepard and Turner. 10 minutes away from a spot in the second round as Notre Dame leads Bethune-Cookman 74-35. Brianna Turner getting a much-deserved rest right now. She's had a great game. 19 points, 9 rebounds, 5 blocks.
Yeah, you can't say enough about what she's done on the defensive end. I mean, she's going to score, but I think she has really done a great job tonight of controlling herself, finding the open spots. I mean, she's gotten 3 or 4 lobs, just being able to be in the right position. And then defensively, she's always a threat down low.
Jessica Shepard has been outstanding, too, in the paint. That duo is just insanely good. There's some great post duos out there in this tournament. Lauren Koch, Kalani Brown at Baylor, the #1 overall seed. How about Tierra McCowan and Anriel Howard at Mississippi State, another #1 seed?
Yeah.
They won last night.
And I think anytime you can have your post players that work so well, you are having that high-low game, but being able to have your posts that are able to have multiple options is always good.
You got to think Rebecca Lobo's loving this tournament with all the post players. Megan Gustafson helping her team pull it out yesterday. Iowa, it was a close game with Mercer.
There you watch Jessica Shepard and that turnover right there, trying to get the ball to Jackie Young. But one thing we haven't talked about is how well she sees the floor. And Coach McGraw has talked about Brianna Turner and her being able to work with each other. But Jessica Shepard, the way she's able to deliver the ball, I mean, she has 4 assists thus far tonight, just in being able to get the ball where it needs to go.
That's why she's one of the 4 players in this starting lineup for Notre Dame that have over 100 assists for the season. That's the first time in Notre Dame history that's happened. Jackie Young elevates.
The way they share the ball is phenomenal. That's the one thing that you love to see if you're a fan. I mean, you look around this building and how many people are here to watch this game. Doesn't matter if it's a 16 seed, a 5 seed, or whatever seed. They're gonna pack the house. And you know what I really love, though? I love that. Even thinking about myself and being an alum and being able to go and watch your alma mater play. So they got a couple of alums in the house.
A lot of people coming to watch this Notre Dame team. High expectations, but they feel like they're the ones in the driver's seat. They're in control this season. They had all the adversity last season with the 4 injuries. They had to piece part a team together, and somehow they found out how to do it really well, especially come tournament time.
Exactly, and I think that's a great, you look at that and then you look at Bethune-Cookman, they can take a page from that as well, right? 5 players that get injured, still making it to the tournament. You got to go up against this giant, this Notre Dame Fighting Irish team, but now you've had the experience, you've been here, you know what it feels like, you know what it takes to get here. So the next class that comes in, hopefully they'll have the same opportunity.
Yeah, the bar has been set at Bethune-Cookman. Vanessa Blair-Lewis has elevated this program to historic heights this season. Jackie Young all alone. I love the conversation that Coach Blair-Lewis talked to us about back in January when they suffered another injury. She set this team down and said, you know what, guys? We are enough. We are enough. We have the pieces to put together a talented basketball team. You have to buy in right now if you want to keep this season moving forward. And they did that. Here they are.
And definitely we are enough, not only on the basketball, from the basketball side, but also in life, and being able to realize you are enough to be able to get through whatever adversity is thrown your way.
3 straight 20-win seasons for Bethune-Cookman and Vanessa Blair-Lewis. They actually won the MEAC regular season in 2015, 16, and 17, but of course, it's the tournament winner who gets the automatic bid.
Well, it's a testament for the things that you've had to go through in your past to be able to elevate you and get you here. Jessica Shepard, what an amazing night she has had thus far. 22 points, 9 for 15, 13 rebounds.
Gets a nice ovation from the crowd as her, Jackie Young, and Marina Mabry take a seat. Muffin McGraw gave them a whole week off after the ACC tournament.
Well, a much needed rest. And going back to that game against Louisville, I mean, they came out and we asked Coach, like, how did you feel after the game? She said they played great. They did everything. We did everything. We did everything on the offensive end, on the defensive end. She couldn't say enough about how well her team played. They deserve that rest.
A physical rest and a mental break from basketball. Well, not only does Notre Dame have a nice basketball team, they've got one of the best teams on the ice. Check out their assignment tomorrow at 7 Eastern in the NCAA Men's Ice Hockey Selection Special. You can catch it on ESPNU and the ESPN app. And don't forget, visit NCAA.com, the home for all 90 NCAA championships. Okay, Danielle Cosgrove
coming off the bench, ready to shoot. Shot ready at all times.
Her 8th three-pointer this season.
How cool is it for Coach McGraw to be able to put this group in and have confidence that they will continue to execute the game plan, but this is their future right here.
Yeah, how would you like to have to go up against their 5 starters every day in practice?
Well, it definitely makes you better.
Yeah.
You can't say that you're not prepared, especially when they leave and the next class comes in. You can't say that the group ahead of you has not prepared you.
It's an amazing group of starters. Again, all 5 starters for Notre Dame averaging at least 13.5 points per game.
And coming into this game, 9,751 career points among just the 5 starters.
Yeah, that's the most points by a group of 5 starters in men's or women's basketball ever. And you know, they need about, combined, the 5 starters need 45 points a game if they were to play in 6 games in the NCAA tournament to hit 10,000.
Wow. When you put it in that perspective, it's like,
It's time to do some math. They got it. They got it today.
Great cut right there for us.
Man, what a great piece for this Notre Dame team. She's tough.
She is tough, and you know she's tough coming off of the sprained her ankle a couple days ago. Didn't practice yesterday with the team, saw her on the bike, but we knew she wasn't going to sit out this game.
She's got her right thumb wrapped up too. She's just one of those players that comes in and gives you really solid minutes. 3 seconds. Shot clock violation. Under 5 minutes until Notre Dame makes it to the second round if they hang on here, 87-45. Let's take a look at today's Capital One rewarding performance. We're going to give it to Jessica Shepard, who has her 15th double-double of the season. 22 points, 13 rebounds, 4 assists.
Yes, can't say enough about Jessica Shepard and what she has done tonight alone. I mean, she came in ready to play right from the beginning, leading the break, not only playing the point guard, the 2 guard, the 3 guard, but also, by the way, she is the post player.
Outstanding numbers for her. She also has 2 steals. Can't forget about those 2 steals. Her parents, Mark and Kim, are here in the stands watching. Of course, she's from Fremont, Nebraska. Started her college career at the University of Nebraska before deciding to transfer to Notre Dame. They're seeing a really nice performance from their daughter. Only 20. She did all that in 26 minutes, too, by the way.
Needless to say, she was ready for this game, and I think that she probably. We talk a lot about Arike. We talk a lot about Jackie Young. We talk a lot about the other players, but I don't think sometimes we give enough credit to what Jessica Shepard had done down low and how she had changed her game. Last year being one of those players that was the focal point down low, but she's been able to spread it out a little bit.
And she is from Fremont, Nebraska. They have been part of that devastating flooding where you remember the bomb cyclone that hit. Well, they had snow first and then the ground froze, so when it started to rain, that water had nowhere to go, and her whole town, she said, we were talking to her about it yesterday, was kind of surrounded like in a little island. It was really hard for people to get out. She did go home during that week off last week and was able to get out, and her family is here watching her, but man, what a very scary situation in her hometown.
Definitely scary, but thankful that her family was able to get out and that everybody's okay.
This is Cass Brown at the line. Her first point. She's one of the seniors on this Bethune-Cookman team.
I think it's easy to look at the score and the scoreboard, but you've got to give a lot of credit to Bethune-Cookman, and you've got to give a lot of credit to these players. They have fought all afternoon long, and they've stayed positive. I mean, you see them working hard. They haven't given up.
No.
To be able to be close to 50 points against a Notre Dame team that plays the way that they've been playing, that's a testament to where this program has been and where they're headed.
Five seconds. Golden takes his shot in between 2 defenders.
Of course, not the shot you're looking for, but definitely the player that you want to shoot these shots. Golden has been golden all night. I mean, she's come out and she has single-handedly kept her team in this game.
Golden has been the bright spot. 25 points for her. She's hit 6 3-pointers, came in averaging 19.7 points per game, the MEAC tournament most outstanding player. Didn't have a single D1 offer coming in and found a spot at Bethune-Cookman. And it's been a growing process, and she's grown into a great player. Brown will put it up. So more than likely, Notre Dame is going to move on here to the second round, and they're going to get either Central Michigan or Michigan State. Remember, that game is coming up following the conclusion of this game. We're going to see some points in that game.
Oh, yeah.
Like to shoot it. It's a Debbie Antonelli game. Shoot till your arm falls off.
I think the one thing that Notre Dame and Coach McGraw has to be happy, her and her staff, is that they're allowing other players, their younger players, to have a chance to come out and have some NCAA experience, because you look at just the depth of this team. Yes, your starting 5 all scoring double figures, but you can't win a game with just your starting 5. So being able to get your bench in the game, allowing them to have some quality minutes. This is a good team. Bethune-Cookman is not a bad team. They came, they won a championship. They deserve a spot here in the NCAA tournament.
And I love Amaya Scott hustling for offensive rebounds right now. That's a couple in a row for her. Jordan Nixon Gets the foul called on Angel Golden. Well, every team's goal to make it to Tampa Bay. Coverage of the Women's Final Four begins Friday, April 5th at 6:30 Eastern on ESPN2 and the ESPN app. We're going to see this Notre Dame team there. They got a good chance. They play like this.
Well, after winning one championship, your goal is to get back. And it's always hard to get the championship, but it's even harder to stay as a champion. So it's going to be a nice little road for this Notre Dame team. But they play like this tonight, and they keep building off of this energy. You'll never know where they'll end up.
How much does it help that the core of this team has that experience? They were the pieces that helped them win last year.
Well, I think it's extremely important. And then, of course, you add Brianna Turner, who didn't have the opportunity to play but was able to witness it firsthand. Having the alums that have come before them, knowing that Notre Dame has had a winning program. But, I think all of that is great. But when you have a coaching staff like the coaching staff that they have, that have kept them prepared mentally and physically throughout the whole season, that's important.
We saw Angel Golden go ahead and check out of the game, one of the seniors for Bethune-Cookman. 25 points for her. And a trip to the NCAA tournament. Not a bad way to end your final season.
Big tribute for Angel Golden and how well she played tonight. And she has been the staple. She has been the core. She has been the everything for this Bethune-Cookman team this year.
Jordan Nixon. We haven't really seen a lot of threes from Notre Dame because they haven't had to take them. 58 points in the paint for Notre Dame. And the Irish can just hold it. They are moving one step closer to that goal of back-to-back national titles. Notre Dame gets it done at home in the first round. They take down Bethune-Cookman 92-50. An outstanding performance from the defending national champion. 4 players in double figures. Jessica Shepard with a double-double, 22 points, 13 rebounds, and Notre Dame moving on 92-50. They get the win here in South Bend.
All right, Courtney, we take you out to the Greensboro region now. A game still in action. Princeton taking on Kentucky. We've got Melissa Lee and Tom Tebow on the call.
Kentucky going to use a little bit of clock each possession now.
Just 7 turnovers in the game for Kentucky. They've taken care of the basketball from the wing again. Howard, no. Her last triple looked so pretty there, she thought she'd try it again.
Same spot on the floor. I think she thought it was good.
Howard with 13 points, the freshman. Morris 17. Murray with 19. Wyatt with 12. It's a good day for Kentucky.
Princeton can't afford to use